already.
Well, we're on map number 3 of the fantastic scrim. Between the top left in your blue is your Cosmonauts Whales, and the top right in your red is your Quick Play Warriors. And we're here on Dorado. With me is Childish Rambino. Sir, welcome again. We had some great banter just before this game.
Thank you, Spiff. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. And coming out on defense first is going to be the Cosmonaut Whales. Julik, Shinspike, GL, Yeast, Pervy, Snowman, and Nend Sudes is going to be setting up a defensive 3-3 build, commonly known as Gults. It is 3 supports and 3 tanks, and they are going to try and be sneaky. Super sneaky. Now, the problem with that is one of the few heroes that cannot crouch is D.Va. You see him doing a stutter step right now to avoid the sound effect coming out from his movement. But coming out from attack on the Quick Play Warriors is going to be a Sombra who's going to be flanking on the side. Crabmax going to be trying to snipe. We're going to have Sage and Eric going to be tanking on your Rhine and D.Va. And they're actually going to use that Sombra to try and find them. Does find them, knows where they are, is going to tell their team, and their team is going to decide what they need to switch. A great switch, Widow getting on to a Doomfist instead, Sage getting off the Reinhardt onto a Winston, and Wholesome getting onto a Mercy. They know exactly where they are, and they're going to start fighting in this little hole that they have put themselves into. And they are holding it more or less. Again, if they are holding this side, they're going to stop the movement of the payload. Charge a punch, not able to connect, does pull out GL, and it's going to be he is going to be taken out by Thick Bobs. Julik is coming here. A punch to the face sends Nen Suits, and they are deciding, okay, it's not working. Run away! Punches and hacks and kills all around there. They're going to decide to stall just a little bit more, but it's going to be Crymax who takes out Yeast. Julik hits out of mech, and Pervy Snowman is going to be taken out by Crymax as well. Well sought out, scouted, and dealt with.
Now, call me crazy, but I do believe that is the deadliest game of hide-and-go-seek I have seen played.
I would have to agree, and it seems that they were found after being seeked, and they were severely punished. Crymax using a lot of movements, and now, well, I think he's stuck. He tried to be cheeky using the fountain. He's going to wait for a cooldown to be up so he can maybe punch off, but he is here. He's going to be diving right into the back line from out of nowhere. An EMP comes out as well from the side of the Warriors. Meteor Strike as well, looking for a kill. Gets the East in there. They're having trouble dealing with this Doomfist being in and out because the DL gets punched in the face as well. Val comes out. I like the Sombra using her teleportation to be more mobile versus immobile. The Julik did use his ult to try and get them off the point, maybe reset for his team. Nensu's on the point, getting hit around by an Angry Monkey, flashes away. Nerf this coming off the Warriors. Shatter comes out. It's going to get no one, but Sage is on the floor thanks to that slam on the ground, but he's not going to be enough damage to follow up to kill him. GL does get the kill on Crymax, though, one of the main concerns they had. It is just Monkey who is then taken out by Shinspike, and right now they're going to push back the Warriors just before they get that first point, 0.03 meters away.
May on either side, since May really does shine on Dorado, and it goes without saying that that huge map control is in part due to Blizzard, and I really am sad to not see.
I'd love to see a May as well. Now, they're not going to switch off there because they have a lot of ults. They have another Meteor Strike that'll be in line. EMP will be here too. Curious if they'll save the EMP maybe for the D.Va Bomb. Hero, there it goes. Scandalous, useless. Here comes out the attack from the Warriors. That's 2 ults committed so far. Double kill. Pervy, Snowman, and Shine Spike do fall, and then Sues shortly thereafter. Shatter comes out from GL again. Does get one on the ground. Does clean up Thunders, who is on the Lucio. It's going to be res right away, despite all the battle going around from Wholesome. Crymax does get GL towards the end. And it's just a stalling Lucio right now on the point. Here comes Julik getting hit out of his mech. And Mini Julik is going to die as well, and they are going to get this first point.
Alt economy wise, it looks like everything's going according to plan for the Quick Play Warriors. Oh, we're seeing a pause.
Looks like a disconnect on the side of the Cosmonaut Whales. You may very happy Tuesday. Luke Chan, happy Tuesday. Yeah, Runely made that comment about the Mei just as soon as you were, or before you even said it, so he's just as smart as you.
Be that as it may, there's only one color caster here today, and that's the pun one. Now, in regards to our Tinder conversation, I feel that Sombra would rig the algorithm so she only gets who she wants, instantly matches with them, and threatens to dox them if they do not go on a date with her.
I actually wonder if because it is more or less a kind of random version. I don't think she would have to say she would be able to figure out what her target wants from Tinder, hack her own profile to match it. They would have to meet up, and then she would do kind of any devious intent would then happen at the date versus having to have that intent before the date.
Now, which of these Overwatch heroes, excluding D.Va, would be most likely to play Hearthstone?
Also, we are discussing shenanigans right now. We're discussing Tinder as it relates to all the Overwatch characters. And right now, we're discussing who else would play Hearthstone besides D.Va. Runely is saying Zenyatta. I was actually leaning more towards Anna. And I believe Anna would have a fun time with a card game. She is a grandma. Grandmas usually love those cards games. Yume says Winston. I can agree with that. Winston would love that game as well. Mei, I can imagine Mei and Winston having a nice game of Hearthstone. Probably in a lab somewhere.
Now, I don't know about Zenyatta because I feel he would play non-violent games. You know, he's the kind of person that plays Gandhi in Civ. But little does Zenyatta know that Gandhi is the strongest nuke character in the game.
Again, Gandhi is very good at building your civilization, being passive, not having a large army, but it builds up that tech, builds up that religion, and gets the progress that you need to win the game, either just by getting to space first, or getting the wonders of the world, or dropping those nukes.
Now, that being said, what Overwatch hero has the patience for a game of Civ to see it through?
Besides Zenyatta?
Besides Zenyatta.
I can't say D.Va because I believe she would get annoyed with how long the game is taking. I would say Moira. I believe Moira is a someone who thinks, does the evil plan, and follows it through.
I feel like Moira would try to embargo the other players one by one so that they cannot undo the embargoes because she's gotten every other country to go to war.
Very interesting take. Now we are back in the game. It was the pervy snowman who had their DC. Unfortunately, the ult economy for that person is now gone. Sombra here trying to from Thunder, trying to get a little bit of poke damage, a little bit of hack. It is just D.Va who can get up to kind of contest. Here comes out the rally to come around the corner. Again, the rest of his team does get the extra armor and the extra speed, but it does look like the Warriors are on the high ground. Monkey drops down. Nerf this comes out, trying to get some people out of the way. A punch up in the air is a great play against the Reinhardt, but he wasn't blocking anybody. Pervy Snow does find Mini D.Va. Sage is so low, but is saved by Thunder's ult. Lucio beat. Here comes the EMB! Getting rid of all of that. Meteor Strike comes down. Not going to find enough damage to kill anyone. Sage is so low again. Thunder's getting the kill on Nensudes. Julik in the side. Mercy diving all the way across the map. Thick Bob's getting the kill on Shin. A huge shatter comes out from GL, but not enough follow-up damage to kill the Lucio and Monkey, who are on the floor. Now Thick Bob's does fall to the Pervy Snowman. A good dive from the Monkey gives Mercy a great angle of which to dive and get in the air to then Valk and keep the rest of his team, the rest of her team, alive. Now Kramex gets the punch on Yeast. Julik is here. Now we do have GL in the backline just swinging his hammer onto the D.Va and on the hammer. Here comes out the grab to let the Reinhardt swing his hammer. Is going to get Thick Bobs. Another shatter comes out. Is going to knock Thunders on the ground, so he comes up and sweeps him up with his hammer. Angry Monkey in the middle corridor against the Pervy Snowman. which is not going to be enough damage to do it. But Julik does kill down Trimax. GL gets the fire strike onto Wholesome, and it is going to be the Cosmonaut Whales that hold the defensive position.
Their defense is definitely strong, but I feel this next team fight, somehow, someway, quick play is going to get over.
Now, Pervy Snowman was a little bit extended. I like Lucio trying to boop him towards the team so they can get that pick. But let's be Thunders that it's actually going to be taken out by the hammer of GL. Now, Quick Play Warriors might have to reset and wait one more time. They only have 42 seconds. Now, there is Sombra from Thick Bobs who does get found out just in time by Julik to get dove on, and he has to retreat. A lot of ults on the sides of the attackers, though. See if they can use them properly and in the right order. Thymex coming in, dives in, does not find it with a punch or any of his combos, but it gets out safely. Monkey coming in, diving down. Here comes out the EMP from the Warriors. Diva Bomb coming around. There's no shield! Gets a kill on East. That's several other team members able to get around the corner just in time. Kramax gets Nansudes. Sage also getting Shin Spike. Now it is Pervy Snowman here, basically stalling the point while the rest of his team is slaughtered by running away. See how long he can last. They are now into overtime as Thick Bobs finishes off the Zarya player. Now they are going to be able to have enough time to regroup and get one good solid defense where they get to the second point. They will get a second tick in their counter, and they will get some more time to continue to push if they can keep getting to the second point. Otherwise, it's going to be the overtime will stop. Here comes Nerf this around the corner. Does not get enough, but is going to shatter. A shatter does get down Thunders, but he's going to be knocked up immediately to let Thunder stay alive. Here comes out the grab as well to get the charge onto Lucio from Thunders, but he is able to survive thanks to his ult. Coalescence comes out from the Whales. Angry Monkey from the Warriors. Here comes out the rally. EMPs. Punches in the face. Hacks as well onto Eric Sama. Shin Spike does finish off Crimax with a flail to his face. Looking for kills, looking for kills. I'm curious if they're calling out targets. Shin Spikes is just coming in, holding that left click, killing his Sage. Another shatter does knock down the Diva. Now Nerf this comes out from Julik. Julik trying to find triple kill! Finish from Julik. Wholesome, Eric, and Thunder say goodbye.
Now, that's what I call some explosive commentary.
It was pretty explosive. Geode Happy Tuesday. That was a triple kill. Beautiful. Directly up in the air. Almost directly over the point, over the payload, and didn't land all the way down either. So even if they're trying to use the payload as some cover, it was not going to be enough. That's going to be the triple kill. And ults like the Diva Bomb, like a Junkrat Tire, like a Minefield onto a payload that is in overtime, they are great, great things to have in your pocket when you're trying to get them off the point. So we're going to see what the Whales can do on attack and the Warriors can do on defense. What do you got for me?
My question for you is, being that if they commit to that Hammond, is it going to give them the value that they want, or are they going to capitalize on punishing?
Again, Hammond very good at Hammonds can actually do a great job of annoying Reinhardts who are trying to shield their team by continuously knocking him away or continuously disrupting. And hopefully what you want to have is the Hammond disrupt the enemy team and then have a follow-up from the rest of your team to get somebody that is knocked in a precarious position. So I believe they can follow up on the disruption coming out from Thick Bobs. They will hold a very good defense here for the Warriors, but coming out from attack is 3-3. Coming out from a defense is 3-3, but a little bit more mobile. All the tanks on the Warriors side are able to be up and down. However, on the other side, there is a Zarya coming out for the Whales. That is the main difference. Here comes out a knockdown in the side. Sage going to take down Yeast right away. Good dive and concentration onto the damage. Great sustain coming out from both sides. They're going to use the payload. The payload actually does heal the attacking team. Shinspike getting Eric Sama out of mech and then Mini as well. Thick Bob's getting a fat bop onto the payload. Now Nensudes did fall thanks to Sage. Now Eric Sama is res thanks to Wholesome. Sage just gets Shinspike, and right now it looks like the Warriors are collecting their momentum to push back the attacking team. Julik still on the point, is going to dive back, realizing that the call for regrouping has happened, and they're going to hold them right at the door.
I feel like the Hammond was definitely a good pick here. It isn't causing any real trouble for their team comp, even though they are lacking damage. It really doesn't matter with the kind of AoE damage.
Indeed, there's a lot. If you can hit those ground pounds from the Hammond, the closer you are to do a hand or damage. With a lot of the poke AoE damage from Sage, you can get a lot done. Now, Yeast has been easy pickings. Him and Pervy Snowman are very immobile. Now, they're going to go ahead and get onto Rally. Here comes out the area denial. Looking to see who can get it. Now, Thunders does fall, but the area denial is doing a lot of damage. Gets the kill on Yeast again. GL does get Crimax. The res comes out to get Thunders back into the fight. Now Eric is hit out of mech. Valkyrie coming out to keep the Warriors alive from the air. No one really dealing with the Mercy, who is doing a great job of keeping everyone healed, rezzed, and boosted when needed. Thunder's just kind of swinging as best he can onto the monkey. Angry Monkey comes out, starts booping people away. Actually go ahead and chase and knock some people away. Hammond almost falling off the map. That one almost. The Mercy is in a precarious position. Does find the dash onto Sage up on the high ground to get away. Fantastic drop down from the Bobs. Shin Spike taking down the other Brigitte. Here comes out another rally. That's several rallies coming out in favor of Shin Spike. And Sage just here in the background with Bobs is probably going to be trying to move forward. But Shin Spike getting that kill on Wholesome. And Eric Sama hit it out of mech. I think Bobs is going to need to wait for his team to be forward before he tries to reconnect with them. Or he can try and go all the way around. There is a pass that he can do wherever he's going. Now, GL did get the kill on the Mini Diva, who is then res right away. Rally coming out from the Warriors. Here comes another area denial and a nerf. This does get Sage and clear out a lot of the mines. Counter nerf this is not going to be as big a value either. Now, they are still rolling strong here. They have 1 minute left. Julik hitting on Thunders. Here comes out the grab from the Whales. We got Mercy in there, who's then taken down. Crimax taken out by Shin Spike. Eric Sama head on mech again, and Thick Bob's Eyes the Hamster is going to be chased down and destroyed around the fountain. They're going to take that first point.
Having gauged between Wales and the Warriors, I'm going to have to say that the Cosmonauts' defense is definitely a lot stronger than their offense. That whole push up the hill was a struggle for them.
It really was. They didn't have enough, I would say, focus. They kept losing their Zenyatta, who I don't even remember seeing a Transcendence, and he's only at 50% of his ult. He might have done one already, because that seems a little off, but I feel like the Zenyatta, if they can call out where the targets are, the discords, then you can get the value. Otherwise, he's just a really easy target. Nen, Suds, and Yeast both fall. Then a nerf this comes out to try and finish the job. But it's 3 down, so that's going to be a regroup and reset for the Whales as they're being chased down by the Warriors very aggressively.
The worst part about this forward pressure that the Warriors are putting on is that they're allowing the reses, and that is not helping keeping their team fight solid.
Wholesome is getting some fantastic reses again, is what I was referring to. Almost immediately getting a res up on somebody that had died, and it's... If they can stop her from doing that, if they can realize it's going to happen, they can follow up after that kill saying, Mercy is going to res this, and then getting on another area denial coming out from Thick Bob's right over the point. Little spread out. Angry Monkey does kill Crimax. Mercy in the background. Snowman trying to tiptoe his way around to get forward. He's double kill, showing that he can get all the people who've been killing him all game. Sage and Thunder's dying to the balls of fury. GL does take down Wholesome, and they are going to get around this corner.
This next team fight is going to be disastrous for Wales. I can guarantee it if they are not careful with the way they use that Transcendence.
Pervy Snowman doing a really long flank. I'm curious about the Zarya play. Not being with this team, not being able to use it. Here's Transcendence to keep his team alive as they're being booped and knocked around. Here comes out the rally from Warriors. Now it's Pervy Snowman up on the high ground. High ground Zarya, always important. Valk has been used and finished for the Warriors. Nerf this comes out from Julik looking for another 3K. Gets 2! Sage and Wholesome. There goes out the grab. Diva Bomb does find Nensu. Shin Spike's going to kill down Thunders and Crimax. It is just the Diva who is now hit out of mech and the Hammond. It is just the Hammond who gets another area denial. He is stalling magnificently. The Monkey is trying to clear it out and does, and that's going to be map number 3 going in favor of the Cosmonaut Whales.
Very impressive on all regards.
play
I'm
of the
actually a
game.
little sad that Julik did not get the triple kill for play of the game. I think that was ridiculously impactful.
It was very much. It basically stopped the push coming out from the Warriors. But it's going to be map 2, again going to the Whales. We'll see what they're going to be doing if they're going to map 4. I believe they will. But great play from both sides. It just seems that the defense from Wales, as you were saying, is much stronger. And when they're on attack, I feel they could do a lot better with getting targets. Because I feel like they weren't calling enough targets. The Discord Orb is basically who you need to be killing. But it was... And what would you say the defensive Warriors needed to do different?
Well, they're definitely coordinated, but they lack the ult economy and the sufficient pressure to maintain a payload on defense. See, we're dealing with polar opposites here. The quick play Warriors far better in offense, but the Whales are better in defense. It's starting to show more and more as we keep watching these team fights. As every time that the Whales defend, it's usually a little cleaner and a little more precise. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough as I need to be better at both.
I would completely agree. And it does seem that the defensive play is getting the upper hand, but we're going to go ahead and go into map number 4 in just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.